Glory be to Jesus Christ. Hi, it's me, Father Bo, and I'm making this short little video, I hope it's short, to let you know how to register for a Divine Liturgy. The first thing you'll need to do is go to our website. Our website is dormition.eparchy.com. Okay, so here we are at our parish website, and you'll see a number of different things. There's how to get to the eparchy site, the menu here with lots of different buttons, including all our recent videos and contact information. You'll see, of course, our title and what's the news. The big news right now is that we're back at church and that we've added another liturgy so that more people can come. We're going to keep going with our recorded videos. That's an important thing because some people can't get to church. We have the recent bulletins, we have what we believe, how to donate, what our schedule is, but what we're really interested in is this, reserve a spot. So let's click on that and it will take us to the next page. Now on this page there's 3 different columns. There's what we're interested in, which is actually reserving a spot. A whole bunch of text that tells us about how we're going to decide who actually gets the spots and who doesn't. Not everyone who's going to reserve a spot will be guaranteed that spot. If we have more than 33 persons, we're going to have to call some people and tell them they can't come. If there's too many visitors or too many parishioners and not enough visitors, we have to do what's fair as decided by the PPC so that everyone has a chance to come. And if someone's been attending a service irregularly and someone else hasn't had a chance for a while, we're going to let that other person have a chance. So you'll notice that there's a number of different things that we're going to do in here and who we cannot admit. This information is going to stay pretty static. The liturgies are different for sure than they were before. For example, we're not going to let people in unless they register. Let's see, down lower, of course, we're going to keep our distance from each other and wash our hands. But down here, you'll notice that we're not allowed to have books in our pews. And so instead of having books, what we've done is we've installed a TV. This TV will have all the text of the service, and we'll talk about that a little bit more later. But so there's lots of news and information about what's going on with the liturgies. But as I mentioned, we're really interested in this column. Now, you'll notice that they're grouped in 3s. We have 1 day's liturgies, June 14 in this case, followed by June 21st. Right now, the ones that are active are on top. So you'll be able to register for the liturgy on June 14th, but if you want to register for June 21st, you have to wait until June 14th to do so. So I'm going to click on the bilingual 10 a.m. liturgy, for example. So here I am clicking on it, and it will take us to Eventbrite. This might take a second or two to load. There we are. So we're on Eventbrite. Eventbrite is a reserve a spot at an event kind of a thing. So you can sign up for lots of different events, including our own liturgy. You'll notice right here, obviously, is the date and the time and the languages that are going to be used at that liturgy. The cost, right here, you can see that it's a free liturgy. Every liturgy is free, and they always will be. You're going to have much of the same explanation that you've seen on the previous web page. The time, you can add it directly to your calendar, and you can see a map on how to get to Dormition Parish. But if you want to register, click on the register button. So let's do that. And it's going to open up an extra window in our window. I don't know exactly what the right term for it is. But here you'll be able to select where you and your family, if you have a family, are going to be. So you can reserve a pew. It'll select a pew for you. So if you just want one pew, you get to select it. Then the red button at the bottom will appear red, and you can go forward and just do it quickly. But in this case, I want to show you a couple other things first. You can do the wheelchair spot in the same way. The wheelchair spot is at the front of the church. You can reserve the choir loft in case you have a larger family and you can't fit only 5 people in a pew. So you can reserve the choir loft to fit more than 5 people. And there's the waiting room in case everyone else is reserved before you, but you still hope to get in. Sometimes people cancel, and sometimes we might let someone in who's in the waiting list who hasn't had a chance for a while, and unfortunately we have to sometimes let go of people who are already registered. Again, we'll do this as fairly as possible. But instead of clicking on number 1 and then the red button, I'm going to show you how to pick your own spot in the church. Now you can click on the map itself or on this button at the bottom here, and it will bring you to this little window, which will give you a map of the entire parish. And you can notice that there's the wheelchair spot, here's the different pews and the choir loft. Yes, our church is a little bit small, so we can really only accommodate 9 households, 10 if you count the wheelchair one. And a couple of these seats are grayed out. That means that someone has already selected those seats and reserved them for themselves. So let's be typical good Catholics, and we're going to reserve a spot at the back of the church. So I'm going to hit number 8 because I want to pretend that I'm going to reserve that one for myself. And you'll notice all the information about the seat, pew number 8 on the on the south side of the church. Maybe I'll fix that later. And it's for free, has been selected, pew number 8. So I'm going to hit the checkout button and be able to move forward. So if I have bad vision, maybe I'd want to move closer to the front of the church. If I'm the usher, I might want to be at the back of the church. There's lots of reasons to select the pew that you want. And then you'll get taken to this page. At this page, this is the information that Eventbrite uses. They want your name and your email address so they can send you stuff, information about this ticket that you're getting. And then we as the church are interested in all the stuff below here. So, of course, we need your name and your email address as well. We'll need your phone number, so you might want to enter in your phone number. Let me just make up a phone number here. That's not my real phone number in this case, but that is my real email. If you want to send me an email, by all means. And the next question is going to be, are you a registered member of the parish? We want both visitors and new people as well as parishioners to be able to come here. So just answer this honestly. If you know you're a parishioner, click yes, I'm a parishioner. If you're not sure, click you're not sure. If you're a visitor, click that. We will accept a little bit of everyone into our liturgy as best as we can to make it fair for everyone. So how many people are going to come and sit in your pew? Well, if you're a single person, then you click on 1. If you have 3 people in your family, and they're all coming to church with you, then 3 of you will sit in a pew that way. We need this number so that we know how many people will be in church. Again, we can't exceed our limits. The next question is, are you able to volunteer or willing to volunteer? We have 4 main jobs. 1, cleaning up before the service. We provide all the stuff. If you click on it, you'll notice that there's information that'll come underneath it. And that's true for all of these. If you want to be an usher, we'll get you to help invite people in, spray hand sanitizer on their hands. We'll get you to fill out a little bit of paper for each one, making sure that they're healthy and that we can move on with them. The reader reads the epistle and the prokimen and other things like that, as well as they're going to be the person pushing the next button on our presentation that will go on the screen at the front of the church. So you might want to know the liturgy a little bit before you select that button, but if you've been to a few liturgies and you can read, then by all means, volunteer to be a reader. And of course, after the service, we have to clean up again. We provide all the cleaning stuff, but we do need people to stick around for a few minutes after the service just to wipe down the pews and anything else that might have been touched. Or you can simply click on, nope, I'm not going to be volunteering this time. If you do want to volunteer, and maybe you think you can sanitize before the service and after the service, or maybe you want to be the usher and the reader, well, you can choose any number of these different things. It doesn't really make sense for you to say, no, I don't want to volunteer, and, well, you get the picture. You can select anyone you want, or 2 that you want, or more, but do what you can do and leave some jobs for other people. Anyway, the next question is, when's the last time you've attended service? If you've had the opportunity to go regularly, perhaps we'll let someone who hasn't had an opportunity lately to come. So just answer honestly, when's the last time you went to a liturgy? In my case, it was within a week. Any special requests or comments? Here's where you can type whatever you want. You can ask, how are you so good looking and humble? Oops. Humble Father Bo? And I'll get this question from you probably on Friday when the registrations are over. I'm going to look at who sent what questions, and to the best of my ability, I'll answer your requests or your comments or your questions. And then underneath that, there's this eligibility thing. Of course, the government, and for smart reasons, isn't letting those who live with someone who has COVID-19 or has COVID-19, someone who's contacted them, someone who's sick, someone who's been traveling, someone who's likely to get sick. And they also discourage people who are, very easily getting sick or who are elderly or would take this seriously. So read this just so you make sure that you're aware whether you should register or not. And if you've read it, you can click yes, and then this red register button comes up. This will not come up if you've left something blank. Let's see if I can unselect something. I'm going to go up to this part. I'm going to unselect this. You'll notice that there's a red star right there. If there's nothing selected, then it will say, no, you can't log out. But if you select it, then the red button is coming up. So every time that there's a red star, that means you have to answer the question somehow. And so I'm going to take my Pew 8 and register, and I click that button, and it's going to say a little note here saying, congratulations, you've done it. And automatically an email will be sent out within the next 30 seconds or so that'll come into your inbox in your email and tell you that you've successfully registered. Of course, we will contact everyone saying, yeah, your registration's accepted and you're good to go. If that's the case, we'll probably do that via email on Friday night. Oh, look, there's my email coming in. You'll see it right here. Eventbrite has sent me a notification that, yep, I've registered. If we need to change something, we'll call you at the phone number that you provided, and we'll make appropriate arrangements. Again, if we don't have you registered, or if we tell you that you can't come, it's not because we don't like you, it's because we have to do what we think is best for everyone, and let everyone have a chance, and let the people that we need to come. So you can view your ticket. If you do need to cancel your ticket, the easiest thing to do is just call me, Father Bo. My email is father.bo.nahachewski, which is hard to spell, but you can figure it out from the website as well. And hey, it's written right there. At gmail.com. So father.bo.nahachewski@gmail.com. And send me a note or phone me. That's even better than send me a note. And I will be able to remove you from our list. And that's basically it. You get to register for everything right here on Eventbrite. And you get to the Eventbrite sheet by selecting the liturgy that you want to attend from the Reserve a Spot liturgy page on this, our parish website. So I hope this was a helpful video. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in church. God bless.